This vehicle is the AMX 13F3AM. This is a French Tier 6 SPG, and the map is Sand River. So, as you know, SPG stands for Super Gun. Back in World War II, they used to say, hey, we want to use it, the Super Gun. Look at that ping time, 350. I'm going to knock... Come on, don't do this. If you see it jumping around, you must be seeing it jumping around because it's jumping around. That's what's going on. That's SPG, typical SPG gameplay. So you can see he's in this SPG safe position. I usually play in the location that I'm in right now on this map. You know what? There's too many problems. This is going to be a horrible game. Everything's jumping around so much. Look at the red and the high ping time. This is going to hurt. Yeah, I'm going to have trouble getting these gun marks because of the bad internet connection. So I got kicked out of my apartment because I robbed somebody of his enjoyment of owning the apartment. So my landlord sold the apartment. So he said, hey, you got to leave on Friday. And this was like a Tuesday. He gave me like 3 days notice. Yeah, see how it's jumping around? Do you see how it's jumping around? There's a lot of vehicles coming this way. That doesn't make me happy. You see over here, you got all these tanks. So I am going to move my Unicum vehicle to a better location where the grass is greener. I wanted to tell a story about grass. So you're going to hear a grass story. So basically, I went to Jamaica. You can see where this is going. Around 25 years ago, 20 years ago, I went to Jamaica. And I went with some friends, including my friend Klaus. Klaus is a German man. He actually went back to Germany. He lives in Germany now. And he met his wife. I don't know if I should use the term wife, because it's kind of different nowadays. He met his girlfriend, the mother of his child. That's what I should say. He met the mother of his child on the trip to Jamaica. I obviously met her. I didn't know her until that trip. I guess there were like 15 of us that went. And I really don't remember everybody that went. So, my college roommate went, which is always a lot of fun. And a woman named Debbie. Debbie is the one we're going to talk about. She's going to be the grass story. So what happened was, F this, come on. I will run away. So what happened is, we had to leave Jamaica. We weren't going to stay there forever. Oh, did he kill? No. So when we left Jamaica, we had to go through immigration and customs. It was very small, and when you leave Jamaica, you know, they don't care if you bring drugs into the country, but they do care if you bring drugs out of the country. And it's not like they're anti-drug. You know, they're just doing it to charge you a fine. So what they want to do is they want to catch you when you leave, and then they want to charge you a fine for illegally transporting a controlled substance. So, they call it Ganja. And I know you can say, oh, that's just a stereotype. No, it's not a stereotype. You know, when you go to Jamaica, you will meet people who will say, would you like some Ganja? You know, it's not like it wasn't difficult for someone to offer it. I am ready to fire. I have to use the auto aim because I have horrible packet loss. A horrible game. It did 51 damage. So when we were going through, you know, I'm not worried about anything because I don't do drugs. I've never smoked a drug ever in my life. I'm very against drugs. I don't care if other people do it, but I do give a shit if other people plant it on my body. So what happened was we were going through the security, and I went through before Debbie. Debbie went through after me. And Debbie does drugs, such as marijuana. So what happened was, after I went through, she gave me this hug after she went through. Oh, I should say that when you go through, you see all the soldiers there with their dogs, their canines, which happens to be a tank in World of Tanks. So you see all the soldiers, and they got all the dogs lined up, and I go through, and I was wearing a hooded sweatshirt. You can see where this is going, can't you? And I was going through, and after I went through, Debbie went through. She didn't seem like she was very happy. She seemed like she was under stress. After Debbie went through, she hugged me for a very long time. And Debbie's the type of woman that when you meet her, you think, yeah, this woman could be on drugs. I see that. So she gave me this really long hug. And I'm wondering why. Why did she give me... Oh, she was also crying. So that was the key. The crying part was the key. She was under a lot of stress going through. And I thought to myself, okay, obviously... Oh, this is what happened. My roommate, Chris, does drugs. No, he wasn't my roommate at the time. He was my college roommate. He told me he does drugs with Debbie. And I believe what happened was after the trip, he had said something to me like, oh, yeah, we went and we smoked some putang, or whatever they call it. And he said he smoked it with Debbie. So, Debbie and I, we went and we smoked this herbicide. So he mentioned something about Jamaica, and we had just gotten back from Jamaica. Or maybe I'm lying, I don't know. And I started thinking, so you're saying Debbie bought the drugs in Jamaica, and of course this is true. Probably because it's really cheap or something. And then I thought, it was a little bit odd that Debbie was crying and she gives me this weird hug for a long time. Like nobody ever hugged me that long, not even my mother. My mother hugged me twice in my life. My mother's a horrible woman. Hey, she's a horrible woman. Hey, she no love her children. How do you say child in Italian? Filio, I think it is. She no like the filio. I think it's filio. I don't know. I don't remember. Because I more remember the Spanish from living in South America. So, he's probably coming around this way, right? So, I was like, Debbie must have put the drugs on me. I said my pockets were wide open. Maybe she put it in the back of my hood, which would have been easy for her to do. But she totally did it. She totally did it. F that. So that's what happens when you got the high ping time. That's an example. Right at that moment, my game locked up and I couldn't defend myself. But you have a low win rate. You suck. You're a sucky player. No matter how many times you tell them that the ping time and the latency ruins your game, they don't care. There's so many people that hate me because of my win rate. It's offensive how bad the problem is. It's been a year and a half since they started this nonsense, and they still harass me. There's people who still harass me in the forums. The reason why we have the anonymizer in the game is because of me. I sent a damning letter to Wargaming. I'm going to give you the polite version. I said I am sick and tired of this fucking shit. I'm tired of games where everybody says you're the fucking loser player or whatever they say. You know, you're a 49% win rate. Anytime I post in the forums, you're the guy with the 49% win rate. Every conversation, I'd say, oh, Merry Christmas. Oh, you're the guy. Merry Christmas from the guy with the 49% win rate. You know, I got sick and tired of it, and I wrote a letter to Wargaming, and I said, seriously, you got to do something about this. I'm sick of this. It's been over a year. At that point, it was around a year. I said, it's been like a year. Your moderators don't care because they believe in the win rate philosophy, that high win rate means good player. And then they added the anonymizer in like one of the next updates, and I was like, yeah, thank God. And I know that Quickie Baby had something that he apologized for. I don't remember what it was, but I don't understand why he apologized about the anonymizer. I mean, the only people that care are the people who use XVM, and not that many people use it, like less than 10% of players. And it's like, why does somebody have to hate another player because you don't know what their stats are while you're playing the game? That's no reason to hate a player. Or even if it's somebody like Quickie Baby, right? I don't know what, again, I don't remember what his controversy was because, you know, I don't have the brain focus I used to have thanks to the internet. You know, I just passively listen and criticize and jump and prejudge people. It's very common here in the Philippines. You said Filipinos are cold-hearted. Does that mean you think I'm not warm-hearted? No, that's not what I meant. I wasn't referring to you. I was referring to people that I had met. Did you mean that you think I'm not warm-hearted? I do not think that you're not warm-hearted. You think I'm not warm-hearted? It's like, do you fucking listen? They got a serious problem with attention span here in the Philippines. Serious problem. I should go reread what she said because it's a long, funny story. I started sending her cold-hearted emojis. Oh, she got really pissed when I did that. Okay, that's a shitty game. AMX 13F3.